Hey, I want to share something very cool with you, something that's happening every day in almost every session that I give people. It has to do with relationships, with the people in your life, neighbor, coworker, boss, your romantic partner, uh, people in your life where the relationship is a little rough sometimes, where you find it difficult to be around them or have them around you, things like that, or it just could be better, or it's not as pleasant as it could or should be. And what that is that it's a regular occurrence that through certain techniques that we use, that I use, that the other person's attitude towards you changes. They warm up to you. And your comfort in having them in your presence is absolute. It becomes much easier. Certain techniques that I use are having this effect every day. They're not just affecting your comfort with the other person, but their comfort and attitude towards you. It is something that is reported to me every day practically. A client comes to me and tells me that, hey, since the last session, my boss actually seems to like me. They came over and they were very friendly and they said this and they did that. And that problem we had before, it's just gone. That's a very common occurrence. It happens all the time. It's magic. Think about that. Can actually have change in your relationship, not just in how you feel about the other person, but how they feel about you. The techniques I use for this, two of them are the presence technique, which has to do with just having the other person in your presence, just having their presence with you right here, right now, and experiencing it and letting it express whatever it expresses in you and allowing it to be felt. Another technique is called harmony restoration technique, and this has to do with addressing the interchanges between yourself and the other person. What's occurred, what was difficult to experience, and why, and what you or the other person were trying to resolve, what problem you or the other person has been dealing with, and the feelings behind that. And behind those feelings, the fears or anxieties that were triggered in various occurrences in the relationship. And these are completely processed and resolved. As I said, the result is a great shift in how you feel about encountering the other person and having them in your presence. But it also changes how they feel and how they are towards you in your presence. And why does this work? Well, it proves out that we are all a collective consciousness, that behind the illusion of the physical universe, the physical world, that we are all here, all now. And it's just a question of opening up that door, that portal, and allowing yourself to have that other person to be here, to have their presence right here with you, and be in their presence, and simply have it without any projections, without any unprocessed feelings or reactions, because we're going to absorb and digest and process those unresolved feelings or energies in doing these techniques. And it's magical. Just like I'm saying, it is a routine occurrence for that other person's presence when they're with you to be different, to be accepting, to be admiring, to be loving, to be happy to be with you and you happy to be with them. Changes everything, and it's happening all the time. It's just one of the accomplishments of therapeutic spiritual counseling, because the physical and what happens in the physical world is always a manifestation, an expression of the spiritual. And so we're approaching this holistically from the spiritual level and resolving the causes and the energies, because emotions are energies. They are available and they're all very processable. And this is part of what I call therapeutic spiritual counseling. So things that you hope or wish for, feel aren't possible, or are afraid aren't possible, in making your relationships, experiencing the presence and having the presence of certain people that are in your life, and having it not be rough. This is easily accomplished. We're doing it every day in sessions with Dex. So come on aboard and see for yourself. I promise you'll be very surprised.